Greetings, YouTube. This may come as a surprise to you, but some folks in the Christian community are bigots. See, there's a Baptist pastor right now who has publicly stated that gay preachers should be executed, that they should be shot in the head, because there's no hate like Christian hate, flat out. They've perfected the art form. And I'm going to link to the article I read, and you can go take a look at it. I'm not going to make any judgments about the guy in question. I'm not even going to glorify him with saying his name. I'm not going to give him that kind of respect. But he sure doesn't look like someone that should be, say, casting aspersions towards the LGBTQ community, okay? It bugs the shit out of me that someone can literally stand on the pulpit, absolutely literally stand on the pulpit, and preach to people that members of the LGBTQ community should be executed. And yet somehow they're still going to get tax exempt status? No. They ceased being a religious organization when they started making political statements like that, or political statements at all. And they should lose their status. And the IRS should crawl right up their asses, looking for every asset they have and taxing the living shit out of it. But I'm not Christian. And I understand that Jesus' central message was love God, love your neighbor. I think the full quote is love your neighbor as you love yourself. So maybe this guy doesn't love himself. Maybe that's why he hates his neighbor. But he sure as hell isn't loving them. And that's what Jesus told him to do. I know that Jesus said other problematic things, but I still feel that is the central tenet of what he had to say. Love God, love your neighbor. That's a pretty simple message. You don't need any complexity beyond that. And if that's the only thing you were to take away from Christianity, we'd be a hell of a lot better off. But instead, they cherry pick the Bible, looking for things here and there and all over the place to support their position. And they ignore the hundreds of things the Bible says about caring for the poor and the sick and the homeless. Those things don't count. But the 14 things that they pick from the Bible that they really think backs their position, those things matter. But the hundreds of things that don't back their position, yeah, we're just going to ignore that. We're going to let the homeless freeze and the hungry starve and the sick just die. And that's okay. But they'll cherry pick the things that back up their position. And then you have asshats like this guy who's literally standing on the pulpit telling people that fellow preachers who happen to be gay should be shot in the head. And yet somehow these folks are supposed to be considered holy, moral, ethical, pillars of the community? Because that's all bullshit. But they also shouldn't be considered a tax-exempt religious organization. Because when they started saying crap like that, they ceased to be a tax-exempt religious organization. And they became a political entity that should be taxed. Yes, it should. Oh, hell, I personally believe all churches should be taxed, but that's just me. But yeah, like I said, there is no hate like Christian hate. And these folks should be reminded of it every goddamn day.